Hi there! Before this video starts, I wanted to give you a quick heads up. I realized after I filmed all of it how poorly the camera was centered. This is the way that I like to do videos, so I apologize that I am down in the bottom third of the entire following video, but I will fix that in future videos. Thank you so much for hanging in there, and I'll see you in just a couple days. More like this. Thanks. We are gonna try the Subculture palette today. Yes, I am a year behind in trying it for the first time. Now, just in case the fallout is nearly as bad as the beauty YouTubers talk about, I figure it's good to have something over the couch so the couch doesn't become subcultured. For any of you who are subscribed to me and have continued to be despite my long hiatus, I want to thank you, and I figured this is a good opportunity just to do a kind of chatty get ready with me. Actually, me trying the Subculture palette today for the first time is a really great metaphor for a lot of what I'll be talking about today, which is kind of what this channel is about. And you know, when it came out, I guess about a year ago, I honestly kind of thought that the color scheme was not ugly, but not the pretty neons and pinks and blues that I'm used to. It's a much more muted, I hate to use the word muddy because in the makeup world, apparently muddy is a very bad thing, and I can understand that, but kind of muddy colored tones, and I like it. I really do like it. But it had terrible reviews. But then I started seeing that some people really love the reviews. I think the very first one that I saw that changed my mind was Jackie Einum. But then when it went on sale for clearance, and now it's even at TJ Maxx for $25, I think, I kind of ended up with it. So this is my first time touching it. I've also taken a huge hiatus from wearing makeup. So mostly at first things just kind of got busy. We had our family annual lake trip in June. I hope I'm doing everything right because I don't remember. I don't even remember how to put on makeup. Dawn looks like a perfect base shade. Alright, so I really went in hard with this brush into Dawn, and it is really powdery, and that's my fault. I'm used to going in pretty hard with the City Mini palette from Maybelline, or with the base colors from MAC, which is a completely overrated eyeshadow. So, dip lightly. Dang. So, anyhow, in several months I have not really worn makeup. I have not plucked my eyebrows or shaved my legs. I just enjoyed the lake. And then things kind of got busy. I had a few trips that I was on. I helped bury my mother-in-law, and I largely also spent the last chunk of time really thinking out what I want this to be and where this is headed and where it currently is. My most watched makeup videos are my declutters. It's a two-part series that I will link above, and that actually was an overwhelming surprise for me, and not necessarily in a good way. I want a crazy crease color. I might try to use Rowdy though. I think I'm gonna use, no, decisions. What will I do? You know, I really want to play with Rowdy, but I'm not seeing how that's gonna fit in with what I'm gonna do today. Rowdy or Axis? Girl, make a decision. Alright, we're gonna go with Destiny. Ooh, I'm nervous. But from the declutter videos, I actually got a number of new subscribers, and hello and thank you. That made me really nervous that I'm gonna let you guys down. Anyone who found my channel specifically because of the declutter just worried me that I'm already going to let down half the people who have looked to me for content, which in the end, no big deal. If I'm not right for you, you will unsubscribe. I get that. But all I could think is how that type of video is something that only very wealthy YouTubers or very famous YouTubers who are getting a lot of PR, that's the type of video that only a very select type of YouTuber can or even wants to do frequently, and I'm not gonna be that person. For anyone with an average financial status, it's a pressure to think that that's the only value that I provide on YouTube, and that without that kind of content that I don't have anything that you want to hear. So I do have to say, I really wanted Destiny to look slightly more like an army green. I think it kind of has a hint of green, but it's also gray, like zombie greenish gray. Patience is not my strong suit when it comes to this stuff. This already looks not how I want it to, but I'm gonna blame myself, not the makeup. So I keep evaluating what is my worth, what is my voice, what message do I have to offer you, what kind of relationship are we to have. I'm gonna use a flat shader brush here and use New Wave and kind of go all over my lid with my matte for that. Oh, I keep going in pretty hard on this and forgetting that you're not supposed to go in hard with this because it's really intense and powdery. I like the orange. So I've been evaluating my worth, and honestly, that could be the name of my biography, evaluating my worth. In my marriage, as a daughter, as a sister, as a friend, as a woman who is 8 years into the quest to become a mom. Anyone who follows me on Instagram probably already saw that my mom-in-law just passed a couple weeks ago. While television and movies really like to showcase in-law relationships as strained, especially between the mother and the wife, I'm really blessed to have the opposite of that relationship with my in-laws, in that I love them and I'm close with them and I really love her, and she is a really special and magical woman who believed in me and encouraged me to see my strengths and my voice as valuable. You know, I don't know, she and I had a special relationship, and she was my Frankie, my Gracie. Alright, I am not at all liking how New Wave blended into Destiny. It looks gross. Orange and green from color theory. From a color theory perspective, that probably wouldn't work out that great now that I think about it, but I kind of hoped it would. Do you guys like my cat lady mug? And I'm gonna go into Axis and add some of this lovely teal, and we will see how that does. Whew. It's also really powdery. Wowzer. We're gonna go back through the crease. Oh, and try to make that better somehow. Oh my gosh. You see how it's skipping all over the place right there? It's I mean, this is actually a good makeup brush. This is and I don't even know how to say it, Bdellium. Alright then. Wow. Ooh, I look really bruised. Let's go with a clean one to try to clean this up. This is not what I was hoping for. I am really lucky and blessed that, like, just in the short period of time that I have been making videos, I have made some connections with some of you and feel my tribe. People who are encountering midlife, who are 40-ish or not 40-ish, who love makeup, who are trying to discover their own sense of self, who are trying to discover their own worth. And I feel just really, really blessed. I'm gonna go in with Adorn while I'm here talking. Oh, I like that. I like anything shiny. Ooh, shiny girl. That's not cause I patted it with my finger. I didn't. That is flat out Fallout. Let's go in with electric and see. Whoa, that is green. Let's go in with that. Where am I gonna take this? Okay, electric, maybe suddenly my favorite eyeshadow I own of any eyeshadow. Alright, now we're gonna really screw this up and add some of this lovely pink in the corner. I just want to add sparkle to everything. I'm gonna do some videos on trying to learn things like how to hula hoop. Yeah, trying some new everyday products and just kind of living life. But that's what this channel is about. It's not just about makeup. It's not about makeup reviews necessarily, though makeup is a part of my life. Okay, if you watch football, and I don't know if you do or not, but Cleveland Browns won their first game in a long time a couple weeks ago, and it was really exciting, and I swear, huge Super Bowl party type festivities after the game. It was really cool. It was really fun to watch. And the quarterback, Baker Mayfield, he gave the best post-game interview I have ever seen. He was like talking with a mic with one hand, slicing a cake for the other, serving it to the announcers, and just generally being funny. Just awesome guy. And we were watching it, and my brother-in-law commented, Twitter's probably blowing up right now about Baker Mayfield slicing this cake and giving the best interview after a game ever. And so I searched, and sure enough, Twitter was blowing up in his favor. And I adore my niece, but she seemed bummed out that Twitter was all chatty about that. And she commented, I wish people talked about things that were important. And I used to be that person too. I wanted everything to be a serious conversation about the changes we need to make in this world. And I stand by that. We all need to be contributing something to make this world a better place for each other. But life is heavy. Life is really, really heavy. Life is hard. It can be really hard. But honestly, beauty, whatever form that is, whether for you that's makeup, whether it's interior design, whether it's fashion, whether it's gardening, whether it's just the beauty of being around someone who makes you laugh and who laughs with you. Enjoying life, enjoying stupid moments, enjoying silly victories. These are things that matter. These are things that really, really matter in my world. They get me through. While winning a football game is never a matter of life or death, it doesn't feed orphans, it doesn't help grieving family members, it doesn't make the education system better, but it uplifts people, it pulls people together. Makeup does that too. For me, that does. I'm not liking the color Axis at all. It's so pretty and blue in the pan, like a nice cerulean blue, and yet in reality it is coming on my face. Sticking to it, let's do some mascara. The only other mascara I've worn in the last little bit is the Lancome waterproof mascara with the Lancome primer. Used it for the funeral. Holds up really well. So I'm gonna go to an old favorite, which is the L'Oreal Telescopic. It's a mascara that I just really like. I always have. I've tried a bunch since then. I'm gonna do a review of about 15 different mascaras soon. I'm done. I'm done. That was ridiculous. I didn't really plan on putting on a lipstick. or even a highlighter or anything, because while I said this is Get It Ready With Me, really it's just me screwing around with the Subculture palette. Is it too much? It's too much. Luckily, I don't have to go anywhere. Also, luckily, I felt the need to practice putting on makeup again before I actually do have to put on makeup to go somewhere. During my hiatus, for anyone who follows the beauty community much, you know that a lot of mess went down. Shane Dawson had a documentary come out. I use the word documentary loosely, but he had a fluffy documentary come out on Jeffree Star that I really did think was fabulous and brought a lot of conversations to the table regarding racism, loving makeup, redemption, and I really did appreciate the conversations that arose around that. Also, there was this whole shebang with another makeup brand and whether or not we should cancel a company because we find out the owner is, say, anti-vax. If any of these things sound interesting to you and you have not subscribed, I hope that you'll consider subscribing and joining in the conversation. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you've tried Subculture, speaking of leaving comments, good, bad, or ugly. Or do you have any recommendations? Or if you have a link to someone who left a great tutorial on how to use this, let a girl know, because I would like to figure it out. Because otherwise it's a waste of money. I'm hoping I don't let you down. I'm really hoping that. I love you, God loves you, and I hope you are taking care of yourself, whatever you're going through in life. And yeah, we'll chat a lot more about a lot more things later. Bye. Oh. Orange fingers. Somebody needs to save me from myself. I am a hot mess.